Tonight. Come on.
We bring our praise, we bring our best. The tithe, the harvest, every test. The windows of heaven open wide. The glory fall, the fire won't hide.
Come on.
Good Monday morning. Welcome back to God, Family, and Country. I am your host, Tim Beard.
I am Ken Morse.
How are you?
I am good. It's been a minute.
It feels like it's been an eternity.
Yeah.
So obviously the last 2 weeks we recorded our shows because I was away on a cruise and then last week in the Dominican.
Yep.
And so we wanted to provide the best show we could, which is here in the studio.
Yes.
And obviously a lot of stuff we talk about, like, time's not relevant too. If we're talking about the Super Bowl, okay, we'd have to have that around that period of time, but we weren't. We just kept it to other things that weren't time sensitive.
Yes.
So, which worked out good. Glad to be back. It kind of seems weird in a way.
Yeah. I was right about the Super Bowl, by the way.
Yeah. Traitor.
Yeah. I've never been a New England fan anyways.
They bombed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Drake May was hurt, but that was just, at least they scored, because for a while I was like, they're not going to score.
I will say, I think if Tom Brady was the quarterback, they would have won that game because New England's defense was phenomenal.
Yes.
Like, they were great.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I just knew. I watch enough of it, Yeah.
12th Super Bowl we've been to, though.
Yeah, I know. 6-6.
Pretty crazy, huh?
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. You're at 500. I mean, that's not bad, I guess. But,
right.
But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Drake May will get better. He just inexperienced, made inexperienced mistakes.
Yes.
The offensive line played horrible.
I mean, that team went from trash to the Super Bowl.
Yes, right.
So
that's a huge jump.
That's huge.
Yes.
And then he missed the MVP of the year by like one vote or something like that.
And after watching all the playoffs in the Super Bowl, they made the right call.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, Stanford's pretty good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stafford,
Stafford.
He had a year.
He did.
Yeah, he's got some weapons too though, but he
Vrabel there, how you say it? Mike Vrabel.
Vrabel, yep.
He got coach of the year.
Yeah.
Which
he went all the way to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
With a brand new team.
With a crappy team.
Yeah, I'm with you, yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, no, it was good. I watched it in the Dominican. I watched the first 30 seconds of the halftime. I shut it off, and then I watched the last maybe 2 minutes. Wasn't I just knew what it was going to stand for. I will say, it wasn't what I expected. He wasn't wearing a dress. He wasn't there was some lyrics supposedly that were really sexualized and whatever.
The meanings of the song are very sexualizing women.
Yeah, and very.
But I mean,
overall, it wasn't horrible. It was all in Spanish, which was honestly a joke because, listen, this is the United States of America. We speak English.
Yes.
Now, there are many that speak Spanish.
40 million.
Yeah.
Out of 300 and something.
Right. And so, now if I was watching in Dominican and it was a Dominican sport, then it would be in Spanish.
At the very least, they should have had subtitles.
Yes, at the very least.
Right.
It was done on purpose. It was meant to isolate the people that don't speak Spanish or English.
That's
Spanish
my problem with the NFL because I love the sport itself.
It's so political.
But I can't handle the management of it.
Yeah.
It's just so political.
Goodell should be fired.
It shouldn't be.
No.
Go
play this stupid game and just keep all the politics out of it.
Right.
But they don't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it wasn't as bad as anything is bad. And I agreed with what he said at the end was like, God bless America. But there's some of the other stuff that's like,
yeah.
It was cool.
I didn't watch any of the halftime show on there. I did watch the other one, honestly. But
yeah, I tried to. I watched some of it because I was watching on my laptop here on Wi-Fi, and then I paid 98 cents to actually watch the Super Bowl because it's outside the United States. You got to pay whatever.
Oh.
So I did. I did watch the game, and so we go there, and the first night I stayed in this place, and I get there, and I had a hard time finding it. First of all, because the addresses aren't like here.
Right, I can imagine. Right.
Real easy, like boom here, not there, and there was no outside pictures. I was kind of well. Next morning, I wake up, take a shower. There's like no hot water. The thing don't even work, and I'm like, I only have one thing. Like I will suffer in other ways, but I need to take a shower every day, and I can't take a cold shower. Like
it's good for you, but I hear you.
Yes,
but I hear what you're saying.
So I'm like,
can't do a week ago.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I can't do this. So I look up, I found a house for rent, and it wasn't terribly expensive at all. So I rented that, and there was no parking at this place. You had to park in the street, which is like, it was crazy. So I switched to the house, and so much happier. But so before we talk about that, which will take, I have so much to talk about. Like, could have 20 shows, I think, and not get it all because it's
so much stuff.
There's so much stuff. But I got to talk about church. I got to talk about what happened today. So the second service, so me and Andrea went up to just testify about the trip.
Yep.
And she's like, well, I wasn't there. Well, you were the time before we went.
Right.
And we haven't talked about this since then, So she comes up with me. And so one of the things I said, it was like, I got 99 problems, but a witch ain't one. And little did I know, and that will come later in the show. You explain that a little better. But so little did I know, later on in the service, one was going to appear.
There's your problem.
Excuse me, I brought this cough thing back that I think most people have right now, too. So we're in the service. And towards the end of the service, Pastor Sam is like rocking it today. I mean, just amazing. Like levels going up and up. And he talks a lot about plumbing today. And he's like, you can't have in a pipe, you can't have, wastewater and fresh water. They don't go together. You can't do that. So the same thing with your life. Like if you're mixing in crap that doesn't belong, doesn't fit with the good in your life,
right?
It pollutes it. You can't do that, right? So he was talking about in New York City in the 1900s, they had to get together, a big group of people that get together because there was so much horse poop there.
Right, because that's how they traveled.
Yes, and they just had a mountain of this that was stacked to the 6 stories high. This is a big thing. And he's like, they got together to talk about this and whatever. And I don't remember exactly everything he said, but that's where it kind of all went south. This lady's goes say something. So he walks over and there's a rule. And he broke that rule though. He says, well, he didn't hand it to her, I guess. So, but you never give the mic to anyone ever.
Right.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yes.
And yeah. So this woman's like, basically the things you say are the things that you'll have. And so he's like, yeah, that's true. That's about, and then so he kind of walks away, and then she just keeps going. And you should only talk about what's in the Bible, and that's not in the Bible. And I'm like, wait. So you want to just come and talk about the Bible? Because hello, welcome to church isn't in the Bible, but I'm like, what in the world? So he tolerates it for a minute, and then he's done this forever. Like,
yep.
he knows this stuff. So he's like, all right, ushers, like, just remove her. And it took 3 times before we got up because we're like, really? Is he serious? Like, granted, we should just got up the first time. But so I'm like, all right. Of course, me, you know, all right, you go. Are you serious? You're kicking me out of a church? Yeah, everyone's welcome in church. But if you can't behave like a church, like how you're supposed to in a church,
right,
respectfully, paying attention, you know, whatever, then yeah, you're asked to leave.
Right.
This isn't a public building. This is a private building.
Yes.
This is a church. You're welcome. Everyone is welcome in church.
Right.
However, if you want to come in and cause chaos...
Well, it's a code of conduct that everyone should follow, right?
I mean, would you do that in a courtroom? No, you'd get arrested. Would you do that, you know, at a police station? No, you wouldn't do it anywhere else.
Movie theater, doesn't matter.
Same thing, exact same thing. Right. So I'm extremely polite because I don't want to be doing this, but I was asked to, and I'll do what I was asked. So, all right, you need to come. So she finally gets up, and, you know, she's kind of whatever. So we get out into the fellowship hall. And she's like, well, what do you want me to do? Someone out there brought... Well, he said the pastor's mom, which is not the case. I'm pretty sure it was another lady who was there that brought her. But, like... And I was like, no. She's like, oh, am I sitting in the cold? No, if you want to sit here and be quiet, that's no problem. And then she didn't like that. And then she's going off. And then she pulls her phone out and start recording us. And then she's like, you know, don't attack me or don't whatever. And I'm like, we haven't touched you. We're like 3 feet from you. I've been extremely polite to her. And then I was just irritated. And this is the thing I shouldn't have said, but I did. And you know what? I don't take it back. I don't like... I'm going to say what I want. If you don't like my opinion, you don't like what I say, move along. You're not going to offend me. You know, I don't care. I really don't. I'm not the pastor of this church. I'm not... So I had said to her, I was like, yeah, pulling your phone out like a liberal. You know, and I'm thinking like Minneapolis, all these clowns pulling their phones out, trying to cause chaos and everything, you know. And that's all I said. And... You know, and luckily I was good and I didn't say anything else, you know. So, and of course, as she's leaving, because then she decided to keep going off, I'm like, no, leave. You're out. I don't care. She said, oh, I'm a victim of domestic violence. I'm like, none of those things are relevant to your behavior today or anything in this conversation. I mean, do you want to go around the room and we could talk about all the things that have happened to people in this room?
Right.
I mean...
You'd be there a while.
You know, if you're looking for sympathy, you're not going to get it from me. I can promise you that.
Right.
If you came in looking for sympathy and wanted help and didn't act the way you did, you would 100% get that from me. But I'm not like that. It's not happening.
God don't reward beggars. I just read that in a John Sothersworth book today.
Mm-hmm. It says, give nothing to men.
Yeah.
If men don't work for it, they shouldn't get it.
Yes. So, I mean...
Oh, yeah. So she does finally leave, but she calls me... She's picking on my pink shirt, which...
How dare you, Tim?
I know. I wore a pink shirt. Like, oh... And I'm, yeah. And then she called me fatso, and I'm thinking, girl, you're way bigger than I am. I'm like, but I didn't say this, okay? I'm saying it now.
Right.
But I did not say it. The whole time, besides the calling about a liberal thing, I was extremely polite, as I would be, right?
Right.
Now, if she made it, like, more personal, maybe. But I was good about it. Like, and trust me, I'll admit, like, I admitted this woman. So, anyways, she puts it on Facebook, and so this woman's like saying like I shouldn't have said the liberal comment, and I finally got on there, and luckily I was smart about it and didn't respond at first how I wanted to, and I was like, listen, you're 100% right. I shouldn't have said that. I said the woman insulted me a ton, which she didn't share in her video,
right?
And then, you know, the whole thing, she didn't share any of that, you know, the one-sided, twisted side that she even showed, you know. So then Miss Crystal comes back in, which is Pastor Tim's wife, and I'm out sitting there, and I look out in the fellowship hall again, and I just kind of look like she doesn't look like she needs me, and I was like, fly out there, and she's like, so she's out in the parking lot going crazy, and just confronted her, which I'm like, are you kidding me? So I'm like, I call the cops at that point, because I'd put the number on my phone before I ready to call, but I just wanted to give her, like, just leave, like, why do we need to make this more than it is, right? Of course, as we told her to leave, she's like, I can't believe I'm kicked out of a church. And of course, my wife's like, it's because you have a demon, which I 100% agree with, but that didn't help the situation either. So anyways, I call the police department. The police department says, oh, she's not on the property anymore, and she's like looking for directions home. And I'm like, directions home? First of all, she has GPS. Every phone has it. But whatever. So I was like, I just have an officer come here, because this isn't my issue. This is what you guys deal with in this.
Right. You don't know how people get.
Yeah, I don't want anything bad for this woman. Just leave. That's all I will. Just leave. Don't call us. Just leave. And so the police officer shows up, and I know him very well. And he's like the best cop they have in town. So, and I'm like, dude, I am so sorry. And I just explained to him what happened. Of course, she's like, they assaulted me. And I'm like, we didn't touch her. And I physically would not have touched her.
Right.
If she refused to leave and wouldn't get up, I would not have physically touched her. I would have called the cops.
Right.
If she decided to try to trash the place, I would have taken her, like restrained her. Yes. But I'm not touching this woman. I'm not touching anyone. Like, dude, I'm not a security guard at something.
Well, she has, like you said earlier, but just realize she's not in a public place.
No. Like, and so sure enough. Well, okay, more of the story. So the police officer says, yeah, we've had multiple run-ins with her, like, recently. So I was like, so she's already, you know. So then I come find out she lives in the building my mother-in-law lives in. And my sister-in-law and mother-in-law have had issues with this woman already.
Yeah, that's...
And then I guess one of their friends who's there, she's been ripping stuff off his door. Like, this woman, so she's from New York City, I guess. She just moved here literally like a week ago. And then, come to find out, a buddy of mine who does towing had a run-in with her, where the cops had to be called, because she's just went off psycho. And I know him well enough that he would not have been confrontational, especially towards women. He's not that person.
Right.
And so I'm like, you're just a walking terror. You're going to, like, and she's on Facebook all, poor me. And then people are commenting, and someone commented on there, and she's like, yeah, see, they were trying to attack me, so I was, like, recording it. And I'm like, he literally said in his comment how he could tell that you were just trying to cause drama and whatever.
Right.
But she can't even see past that.
No.
I'm like, and she's looking at me, she's like, you're all going to hell, and you don't even know who you're messing with. And I'm just laughing. I'm like, greater is he that is in me than he of the world. So, of course, she takes pictures of her vehicles when we leave. Me and Andrea, right? Just us.
Yeah.
And this whole thing. And I'm like, yeah, that's going on our voodoo board probably at the house. But once again, I'm not worried.
Right. Yeah.
I've got the blood of Jesus on me. So good luck, lady. You have no clue who you're messing with. But yeah, that was my experience at church today, which was very, very unexpected.
Well, it just shows the power of God that's going on there, because that's where demons attack, where God's most prevalent. Like, look what happened right after Jesus was baptized.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, the devil was all over it.
I was just sorry. I'm just reading a thing that says that, because I was like, I don't know if you know this, but we have cameras at the church.
Yes.
So I said, you're a liar. And I was just looking, and all the video surveillance was saved, and that she was rude to both of us, and she needs Jesus. And I agree 100%. Like, that's the sad thing, is like the woman needs help more than anyone that came to church this day. But there's a way in which you do that, right? And it's not come in, question the pastor. Like, hey, if you don't like a sermon, if you want to privately talk to him after, sure.
Right.
I mean, if he was straight up preaching things that are completely not true, you know, like all paths lead to God and you don't need to be saved by Jesus, sure, I would stand up myself.
Yeah, but
that's not what happened.
You can almost take any metaphor and apply it to Bible principles. Like all the books, all these self-help books, like, and I've read a lot of them, Pastor Sam's read a lot of them, they're all rooted in stuff that comes from the Bible.
Yeah.
So, like, what? Like,
and so I looked on this girl's Facebook page, and she does have some belief, because she does have a few verses on it, but she also got, like, she's an Aquarius, so she's got this astrological stuff on there, which is not godly, it's demonic.
Right.
Like, so, like, she just needs help. Like, it's just, but it's unfortunate, because now she wants to go in there and, like, try to trash me and the church and everything else, and it's just, like, I don't know. I find it funny, I guess. I don't know if funny is the right word, but it's just sad, too.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, yeah. I
was thinking all the time, I was like, you think that's the best you got? Because I've been through way worse publicly. And, yeah, it's not going to come out so well for her, so.
Yeah, in the book I was reading today, it actually talked about not caring what other people think.
Yeah. You can't. I care what God thinks.
Including your parents, especially strangers.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. So.
It's sad. I'm going to pray for this woman. I hope she gets help. You know, and the cop's like, well, do you want to trespass her? I'm like, whoa. And I say, that's Pastor Sam's business.
Right.
I don't think he wants to do that, but that has nothing to do with me. I was just doing my job, which they asked me to tell her to leave, leave. Right. That's it. End of story. Because everyone's welcome in church. But if you come and you want to act like a buffoon, a buffoon in our.
Well, you can ask questions, but you got to follow a code of conduct.
Yeah.
And you don't do it during this, like.
No, it's just, I don't know. It's unfortunate.
It is.
It is. It really is. I mean, I have no ill will towards the woman. I feel bad for her. Like, I really do. Like, she obviously has some issues.
Yes.
She needs help.
Yep.
And God can help her with all those things and change the story 180. So that's hopefully where it goes. So, while I was on my cruise, I was like, I need to start a 501(c) so that people can donate to my missions.
Yes.
Because many people that would or could donate need a tax deduction.
Yep.
And if you're not a 501(c), they don't get it. So
right.
I started Tim Beard Ministries. And so I was like, well, what am I for a name? Well, if I have anything associated with the Dominican, it ties me only to the Dominican.
Right.
But if it's Tim Beard Ministries,
you can do anything.
I can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's anything that's got anything. So I just went online and hired some company to do the stuff. So hopefully I have it done soon so that more people can donate to it. So, so the Dominican mission.
Yeah, how was it?
It was awesome. So I get there Sunday night. Had the little, snafu with the place that I rented. But I told the woman on Airbnb, I was like, listen, I'm not going to give you a bad review at all. I don't think you did anything that warranted anything like that. She offered to put me up in a hotel she must own, but I was just like, nah, it was loud in this neighborhood. Like, It was super loud. I was like, all night long. And it was super hot. Holy crap, it was hot in that place. The bedroom had an AC, though.
Nice.
But the rest of the place was like, wow, it's freaking hot here, So, I mean, yeah, there was that. And then, so I rented the car. Kind of got screwed out on the car, though, because like, oh, well, the insurance you bought online is not sufficient or doesn't work here or something.
Okay.
And my friends, Nali and Ari, he's like basically saying, he's like, I think they just screwed you because you were a white person, basically.
Yeah.
So in the future, I'll know, too. Or I'll just have them go there with me, because it's different when you have friends there, because they won't tolerate it all. So it cost me, like, as much as the car rental was, cost me for that. And I spent the extra, it was $50 to upgrade to a little bigger car, which I'm very thankful I did. So at first, I was like, I can drive here. I was like, I can drive anywhere. Like, I've been driving a long time. I race cars, like, So we leave, and I was, like, very, like, intimidated at first.
Did they drive the opposite side there?
No.
Okay. So it's the same.
Yes,
okay.
Same drive. Had they driven the opposite side of the road, I don't think I would have done it. Because it's just too freaking confusing.
Right.
And I don't want to kill myself.
It's hard for you. I've never done it, but I could imagine.
I've been in countries where they do drive that way, and I'm like, confusing. Very confusing. Because things are the opposite of what...
Well, yeah, because now left turns are easier and right turns across. Yeah, it's all that stuff. Yeah.
Luckily, no, not like that. So what they have there, though, is many motorcycles, like mopedy kind of motorcycles.
Yeah, right.
And I'm talking many.
Well, yeah, most third world countries, that's their main travel.
Yeah, and I get it, honestly. Like, after I was there for a while, I was like, man, if I live around here, I would have one too.
Right.
Because you can buzz around anywhere.
Right.
Super quick and easy. They don't follow any laws.
Right.
Red lights, that don't matter. They don't. This is more the motorcycles. The cars kind of do. So I'm really intimidated first. I get to the place, and then Nolly's like, well, hey, why don't you come over, and we'll start packing up some of the stuff we got. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I made an excuse because I was like, I don't want to say, no, I don't want to because it's night, and I don't want to drive at night yet,
Right.
So, but that was really the reason. So when she watches this, she'd be like, you could have just told me.
Right.
But then I told her, I was like, hey, why don't we just do it in the morning, And so I didn't want to drive at night. But by the end of driving there, I was like, man, I go back to the United States, like, it's going to be boring driving here because I actually really enjoyed it.
Nice.
But it's crazy. You sit at a light, and then, like, there's 20 bikes that come up around you, and they're all over the place. And I said, yeah, if 20 bikes come up around you like this in the United States, you're in some serious trouble.
Right.
Because that's going to be a bike gang, a bike group.
Right.
Could be the Hells Angels, could be whoever.
Yeah.
If they're coming around like this, they're probably not happy with you.
Right. Right.
But, so that first night, the second night, so Monday night, so they worked too, right? So, but they had, not only had Tuesday off, and Ari had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off. So I got there at 6. Yeah, 6 when Aria was out of work. and on Monday, and we packed stuff, and that was my video. I don't know if you saw the time lapse I did.
Yep.
Which looked real quick, but that did not. That was
a lot longer than that.
Took a lot longer than that video showed.
Okay.
Because we bagged it, we had to double bag it. The bags are heavy. They're probably 25 pounds a piece.
Yeah.
So you get 10 pounds of rice. You got oats. You got sugar, flour, sugar, all this stuff. So it's like, well, let's go right now. We'll go to Bravo and we'll get the things, like the different stuff we need and whatever. It's like, okay. 8 o'clock at a grocery store there is like noontime on a Saturday at Walmart. Crazy, like tons of people. Of course, at first I felt really weird because I was like, dude, I'm the only white person here. The only one. And I'm tan, but they're darker, so I'm like, I stick out, wicked.
Right.
And it was kind of uncomfortable at first. I mean, I never felt fear at all.
Right,
but you stick out.
Right.
It'd be like, walking into church wearing a big pink rubber ducky suit, or something like that, you know what I mean? And so I was like, this is kind of weird, but that's all right. So we got whatever we needed, and then so on Tuesday we went out, and so we first found this village. It's like a half hour north of Igu, which is where we're staying. And as you pull into this place, you pull off this dirt road, and there's like sugar fields. Like sugar's a big thing, sugarcane down there.
Yeah.
So, and there's this village that's there, and there's probably, I don't know, 20-ish kind of houses, like little shacky out. They're not nice houses. These poor people, So
yeah, I saw them in the pictures. They're basically, I've seen people build better forts.
Yeah, they're like basically, some of them are brick, but they got metal roofs. Some of them are like metal walls, like just metal-y stuff and stuff they could find,
Yeah, just built shelters.
Like raw, watery sewer. I don't know, stuff that's not healthy running down the sidewalky thing, if you could call it that, I guess.
Right.
If you've seen the pictures, it's easier, obviously, to try to explain it. But so we go there, and I think we gave out like 18 bags there, which was a good thing for. So first, we bring all that stuff down and put in the car, and now Lenny's like, "Oh no, we're gonna get it all fit in there." There's 54 bags, so by the end of it, Nalini had to sit half on Jerry's lap, and then like in the center console. And then we said, "Oh, we gotta go to the butcher and get, I think it was 15 chickens." And I'm like, "Where's that gonna go? On the roof?" Like, and we looked at the roof, and I'm like, "I mean, if you tie it down, it might stay." And so we go there to get it. Now, this is a butcher shop that's like, don't think America, like open market style. They're putting the bags in, grabbing the chicken and whatever, and the dude's not washing his hands after.
Yeah, so it's not an FDA-approved butcher shop.
No, not at all.
That's like 60 to 80 grand.
Yeah, so we get 2 big bags of chicken, and we start leaving, and Nalini's like, "Are you going to carry this?" And I'm like, I really didn't. I didn't say this to her. She's going to find all this stuff out. She's going to kick my butt after. But I'm like, oof, sorry about that. It's like, I really don't want to carry it because I don't want salmonella poisoning, and I don't have any hand spray or anything with me at the time that, clean my hands. But the bag, so I did though, because like I should have done that. The bag, man, I bet that bag weighed like 40 pounds.
Wow.
Had to have, because 15 chickens, each chicken was roughly 3 pounds.
Okay.
And there was 2 bags.
Right.
So I carried it, and I felt, I was like, all right, maybe we're good. So we stopped to get breakfast at this side place, and I was like nervous too, because I'm like, last time I was there, I got like a gastric thing where I was sick for like 30 hours, 36 hour kind of thing.
Yep.
And I don't know really what it was from. Could have just been in contact with someone.
Keep going, your immune system's going to be awesome.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping, right?
Yes.
So I'm like, so she gets me like this mashed potato kind of thing, which I'm all for that because I love mashed potatoes, and some fried salami, which I just saw him take it out of the fryer, and the fryer will kill anything anyway.
Yes.
So, and then I think it was some sort of egg thing, but I didn't eat the egg thing, but it was actually really good. The potatoes were good, and so we eat that. Then we head to this village, and like I said, she's had a ride in the front seat, and it was. I'm glad, like, once we got the stuff out of there, so she could actually have a seat, because like Ari's complaining the whole time, and I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of people that would sit in your position right now and have nothing to say about, wouldn't be complaining about it, and she's giving it to him, about it. It was just funny, and so we get there and we meet the people, and it's kind of like what I expected, and so we met this blind lady who is completely blind, and she lives alone, and so we brought up her bag, and I don't know, I just felt drawn to her immediately, and she was just like the sweetest thing, and I felt very strongly to pray for her, because I'm like, you know what, the Bible says you can be healed from this, and I felt it so strong, but with her and Nalini talking in Spanish, and like Spanish isn't like English, there's like so many more words to complete a sentence, and stuff, and I couldn't really get a word into the situation, so I guess I ignored it, so we left, and we gave the village stuff, and then we went to find some other people to give out to, and I was like, well, we should just like get some toys and bring back to these kids, because there's a ton of kids in this village, right? And I gave them like these rubber duckies, and they were like squeezing them, and some bracelets. But I was like, maybe we could go with some other toys, And I'm thinking these parents are gonna hate us because we're giving them all these squeaky, like loud toys,
right.
So we went, dropped off, went up to another place, dropped off some stuff there. Nalini was less thrilled with those people because they were more picky, like, oh, it's not this or that. Like they were picky about what they wanted.
Oh,
and she's like, if they're that way, then I guess you don't need it as much as it seems you do, right?
Right.
Me, I'm kind of like, whatever. I mean, it wasn't like all of it went there. It was just like 10 bags,
Right.
And they're going to use it. So, but I get it. You just want to, no one's looking for like praise, like, oh, you guys are so amazing. No. Just be like, thank you so much.
Right.
God's good. Whatever. That's it.
Right. Yeah. Just take the food.
But complain about what it is. Yeah, I get it. And I didn't know this. She told me it because, like I said, my Spanish is muy poquito. It's getting a little better. But so we go back and get toys, and then we're at the store. Of course, I saw this coolest shopping cart I've ever seen in my life. All 4 wheels turned, so it swiveled and went. Excuse me. So I'm like spinning the cart around, like, hey, this is cool. And then I slipped on the floor, and she got it on video. Oh, man, I laughed so hard. Dude, the floor was like glass. It was slippery, or ice, like slippery.
Wow.
It was crazy. So we got like 2 carts full of toys, and so we got all these toys. We bring them up, and I bet we gave to like 50 kids.
Wow.
And it's funny because they all were in a nice line. Give them to them, go, right? Because if not, they want more than one thing. I get it. They're kids. And
yes.
It's not like they're greedy. They just don't get things,
Right.
And they're kids,
Right. They don't know, right.
They don't. I mean, so, but towards the end, they get, as you've already kind of gone through and you're just handing out stuff, they're like closer and closer. So they almost push you into the car. And then they're all like hitting me and speaking to me in Spanish. I'm ignoring them because I have no clue what you're saying. And Nalini is busy,
right,
with other people doing stuff. I mean, she's standing next to me, but so we gave like 50 kids. We got like some balls. We were looking for like wiffle balls, bats, and balls because we thought that'd be amazing too,
Right.
But one little
so we got swords.
Yeah, any of those things, like,
yeah.
But they have like these Chinese. They call them Chino stores. They're like Dollar Generals, like the crappiest stuff you've ever seen in your life. But the stores are huge,
right?
And they have like anything and everything in them. Like, if they were actually quality stuff, it would be really an amazing store.
Right.
But it's cheap crap.
Yes.
Which irritated me because I'm like, where's, like, the better stuff? But it's right. You get the cheap crap because you're a poor country. And
yes.
She said, like, the Chinese are taking over our countries. Like, soon enough, they'll own this thing because all these stores keep popping up. They hire Dominicans, but it's all the Chinese that run it.
Right.
Yeah. So when we went back, though, I brought the chocolates to the lady. We went to see her first because... to make sure, like, that was the most important thing to me, is to pray for that lady. And so I just asked, like, hey, can I pray for you? And I said, Nalini can translate. And she said that, yes, I could pray for her, and I could put my hand on her. And she said, Nalini doesn't have to translate because God knows all languages, and it doesn't matter that she knows what's being said. It's that God knows what's being said. And I was like, that is such a powerful show of faith. That doesn't matter because she knows that God knows.
Right, and that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. And she was praying in Spanish the whole time that we prayed. And I left there like a part of my heart is in that village still, and I can't wait when I go back in March. Like, I can't wait to go see that lady,
right?
Because she's very special. And then so after we left her, this boy's 15, 16 years old maybe come up and say, "Hey, my mom is really sick. Could you come pray?" I was like, yeah, "Of course," but of course I'm thinking in my head like, "Man, I'm not Pastor Sam. I'm not like, I'm like." And I know inside that none of that matters, but that's the things going through my head. I'm like, I don't. So we go see this woman. She's been sick for a couple weeks. Sounds like she got the same crap I got now, like cough, stuffy, chest hurts, slightly, but lives in poor conditions, not as sanitary conditions. So it could have turned into something else too. I prayed for her, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to call my friend, and I won't say her name because. Who knows? She gives medical advice over the phone in another country. She could get in trouble. You know how this world works. She's like, get this and this is these 2 antibiotics because in the Dominican you don't need a prescription for antibiotics.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of common sense, and so we got those for her, brought them back to her, and as before we even left for that, like this other woman's like, her husband's like, can you come pray for me? My wife had a seizure 2 years ago. Since then, she's mostly paralyzed. Like, she can get up with assistance, but she's totally immobile.
Right.
I was like, all right, prayed for her. And then the guy at the very beginning when we first come to this place, he's like, yeah, I had surgery. They supposedly left some stitches or something in there, which I can see a little spot in his stomach that's a little bumped up. And I'm like, could be. But since then, he hasn't been able to work. It sounds almost like a blood clotty issue. I don't know.
Right.
So I prayed for him. We picked him up some medicine, I guess they have there that might help that. For me, I'm thinking, listen, this is placebo. If I tell this man that this medicine is totally going to help his situation, it's going to help his situation.
Yes.
Because that's all it is.
You're
overcoming.
It's a beautiful effect.
Obviously I wouldn't do that with someone that's, having a heart attack or something crazy.
Well, right.
But this dude's...
Placebo and the power of God together.
Absolutely. Because it's just the faith you need.
Yes.
And if you think that med's going to... This is it. This man prayed for me and gave me this, and it's gonna.
There's whole science behind it.
God's gonna absolutely. So we left that village and told that that day we fed 54 families. It was amazing. So on Wednesday, me and Ari are gonna go shopping for Udelke's village. So she sends me the list. I figured it's easier. She just had a baby, a week prior to this. C-section. She's not supposed to be lifting or doing any of those crazy stuff. And so I was like, just send me the list because we're already in Igu. We're right here. So drive to you 20 minutes, then come back. And then that's kind of crazy, right?
Right.
Which, good thing we didn't because... So we go to Bravo Supermarket and we go in and we has to tell a person, one of these guys, like, hey, we need 50, which is 50, 10-pound bags of rice. We need 50 of everything on this list. Can you help us? Rather than us ripping it off your shelf, maybe you have stuff in boxes and that.
Yeah, we can just do it, right?
Yeah,
by the case.
Yes, by the case. So he's like, yeah. So he brings out 50 bags of rice, all bundled up and stuff. Yeah, great. So he helps us get all this together. We get to this counter with 7 carts full. There's 12. There's 14 items on the list. 12 they had. 2 more we had to go get somewhere else. So we got spaghetti, we got rice, we got azuka, which is sugar. We have cornmeal, we have leche, which is milk, noodles, salsa, which is tomato sauce, all those things. So we get up. Of course, we've already counted all this stuff, but then we have to count it all again with the cash out people, which, whatever, I get it, no problem. So we cash out. And then we managed to get 7 carts outside. One guy helped bring some. Well, the security guard, they checked your receipt at the door, and they're very strict with this. Once again, I don't care. That's fine. Well, then you want to count it all again. Dude, if I spoke Spanish, I would have been in a lot of trouble probably, because I was really, really pissed off.
It's the 3rd time we've counted it.
Yes. Yeah. I was like...
And look at what we're spending here. We're not...
Yeah, I spent $900 some, which is 60,000 pesos.
Right.
And... I'm on the phone. I had to call Andrea because I have to vent. This is because Ari's 22 years old. So that, what do you look at this young guy and then this white guy? Is it because I'm white? Is that what the issue is?
Right.
Or is it every person that spends 60,000 pesos here that you recount. Like I said, if their staff didn't count it, okay, it makes sense. No. So we counted it all, whatever. 5 of the carts are in there, and there's like 2 carts left, cart and a half left, and this thing, dude, is full. Like, it's full up to the seat, like the seat and then the front, the back seat, the whole back of the car is packed to the roof. I mean, this thing is full. I was like, dude, we're gonna do the rest of that. So we roll down the windows in the back, and he just pushes it all, shoves it all into the rear window. And I was like, all right, well, what are we going to bring this to the village and then come back for the other 2 things? Oh, no, we'll go get the salami and I think sardines is the other thing we needed now. And I'm like, dude, where's it going to fit? We managed to fit it all in that car.
Wow.
All I know is when that car drove to the village, it was like a Suzuki Grande or something like that. It's kind of like a Subaru Outback, but not as big, like not as long.
Right.
Which I'm glad I had the car because it didn't bottom out anywhere.
Nice.
But when I went there, let me tell you, I could tell it was really, really weighted down. Like, really weighted
Driving
down.
a little different. Yeah.
I was like, ooh. So we go to our parents, and we drop all the stuff off there. And so the next day we can just go back, put it in bags, and ship it out. And I knew the car was definitely better when we left because I was like, oh, this thing has power now.
Right.
On the way there, it was like, you know?
Oh, man.
So Thursday we gave out all that stuff. They brought me around. Like, I got to see so much of the whole area that I hadn't seen before.
Nice.
And so beautiful. There's another place we brought some of the food to that met this little 2-year-old girl. So cute. Remind me, I have one that's 2.5. So,
right.
And this mom was 19, had a 2-year-old living at her parents' place that, I mean, they lived in a beautiful place. Like, there was like fields and there was livestock across the field. It was like a farm setting.
Right.
But they lived, extremely poor, and so 104 families total fed this time.
Wow.
My goal is 1,000 families by December per month.
Per month.
Yep.
Woo.
My goal for December 27 is 10,000.
Holy. Wow.
And I said to Pastor Sam, I was like, I keep saying this, and I'm like, I can't do any of this myself. It's impossible. And I was like, God's gonna make a way.
Yes.
And then we get to the point where, like, you know what? I think we need to buy a vehicle, like a box van, because renting is stupid. I spent $500 to rent a car. It's too small.
Right.
So if I'm spending, $600, $700, $800 a month, I found a box van that was only like 2 years old for like $14,000. So it's like, it makes a lot of sense. So I'm hoping and I'm praying that that's gonna work out, because that's where what we need is a box fan, because there's so much stuff, and then it's easy to bring it places, and like this thing's gonna keep growing. So, and then of course Thursday night, I worked it out so that I could give him a ride to work, which is close in Punta Cana, or just outside of it. So I was gonna pick him up at 8:30, then go to the airport. My flight wasn't until 1, but I was like, I can be there early. I could sit here in the hotel or the room and do nothing, or
right.
And then Delky messages me, I need your help with this girl. This little girl's 2 years old. She needs to be like taken to another country for a study. She has something medically wrong with her. And I'm like, okay, absolutely. And I like instantly feel like in my spirit, like, I need to go pray for this woman. And I was like, you couldn't have told me this 12 hours ago when I was literally in your village. And I actually met that little girl, and I didn't know it until I saw a picture of her, and then I did meet her on Friday morning. But one of the places I went and handed food out, I met her parents, and she was there, and she's a cute little girl, right? She said something about her head keeps growing, but her body's not growing as quick, and they're not sure what's wrong, whatever. So I was like, all right, well, so I messaged Ari. I was like, I'll pick you up at 8. This is on the way there.
Right.
It's a different way to go, but it's there. And we'll go pray for her real quick. I'll bring her to work. I'll get to the airport. This will work out because this is really important, So I go there. And so they say that she has dwarfism.
Yep.
Which is rare.
Very rare.
Especially there, I'm sure. But you see it here all the time. Like Rico Abreu, one of the top sprint car drivers in the country. He's a dwarf. He's
Yeah, there's movie stars. Yeah. Yeah, would you?
I get as a parent and everything in the Dominican how that would feel, but the dad said she needs like $3,000 hormone therapy, and I was like, whoa. So I was like, well, I'm gonna can I pray for her? And they let me pray for her. And she's like, seriously, like the cutest thing. And it was amazing because she let me, it's like, I just got a little bit of oil. I just want to put it on her head and pray for her. You know, Bible says anoint their head with oil and pray for them and they will recover. And so I prayed for her and she stayed, like her mom was holding her. Like, she didn't move for the like minute I probably prayed. Like,
wow.
It was, I don't know, they're such great people. And then to meet that little girl, and I said to Udelke, I was like, because I spoil her niece all the time. And I was like, well, when I come back, like, I'm going to spoil this little girl. She's the cutest thing. And that's the thing
amazing.
Sent you. It's like, she's the cutest thing ever, man. So it was like $1,100 to feed the 50 people in Udelke's village. Still trying to find like bigger bulk prices.
All right.
If you get 200 pounds of rice, you know, can we save a bunch of money? Currently, when I've looked, if we buy 50-pound bags, you save like 2 pesos, which is like probably 50 cents. And so the time you separate that out, you're not saving anything. You think you'd save 10 or 20%. You don't. So we're still working on trying to like find other places where we can get more bulk and get better prices so we can feed more people, you know. But other than that, I mean, amazing trip. Going back March 16th through the 21st. April's a little weird, so we have a vacation plan there, which some of those days on that vacation I'll be doing this. But
right.
And then the goal is, or what we are doing is, May will be the first month where it kind of starts to hit like how it should. May, like, so the 14th through the 19th of every month, I'll be in the Dominican doing this mission. So if you want to get involved, whether it's just to donate, which is the easier, cheaper thing for people to do,
right?
Because flights are stupid. It's funny, I can get them for, you know, $400 round trip, and then other times I'm like, heck, I just paid $700 round trip.
Yeah,
so
depends on time. Yep.
It's so weird, but you know, we soon will be a 501(c), so you can get that deduction. Very thankful. We got like $245 from 4 different people at church today total.
Wow.
That want to, and a couple of people that I'm like, I know don't have money. I
Right.
know they don't have money, and I was she's like, that's all I got. I'm like, listen, $5. I
Right.
would be like grateful for $5.
Right.
It doesn't matter to me. Like, I'm not judging you or anything. The fact you're even giving, like, it's amazing. You know?
mean, you said if you set up the auto pay thing, that $5 becomes
Yeah.
You know, it's just
Absolutely. So, very thankful. This has been amazing. So I'm so blessed with Udelke and then Nalini and Ari, because like Udelke and Nalini and Ari just like they work till 6-7 o'clock at night, get home, and then go out and shop.
Yeah, which is
like, and they have the same heart for this stuff,
right?
And they live it, the life. Like, they're not as bad off as these people in the village. Of course
right.
not. They have good jobs and stuff, but a good job in the Dominican pays nothing, dude.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
And it's just crazy. And then just to find them, I was like, when I was there, I was like, man, I am just so blessed. I drove a bunch. Ari drove a bunch, and then Ari said, so Ari's driver and I'm GPS, because Ari's like, all right, where do you want to go? And I'm like, well, you know the area better than me. He's like, well, you're the GPS. So I was like, dude, you're like a woman. Like, you never decide where we're gonna go, you know. But yeah, no, just an amazing experience. I said this to church today. I was like, I'm there to bless these people, sure, but in the end, I'm blessed more than even they are, because like this experience, this whole situation, this whole thing is just.
It almost sounds to me like you're on an Abraham type mission.
Yeah, it's weird, because I said to my wife, it's like, I'm not someone that's usually left short on words.
Right.
And I just, like, I don't have words to put in how grateful I am for those two.
Right.
Just, I need someone who spoke English, and God brought me that. But then brought me 2 people with the same heart that want to help people.
Right.
That on their day off, that they get every 11 days, that he spent his 3 days with me.
Right.
And, by the end of it, it's like, yeah, he doesn't speak English, and I don't speak Spanish, and a little bit in between.
Right.
We both speak very little, right? But we just use a translator. And it wasn't no different. Sure,
Right.
It was a little delayed. We joked back and forth all day. And he's teary when I'm leaving.
Right.
Like I said, like,
the passion.
yeah. And I was like, I didn't want to leave. I told my wife, I was like, I wish you would just get on a plane coming here, because it just feels different when I'm there.
Right.
When I'm in the Dominican, I honestly feel like I'm at home. I just like truly at home, not like.
I mean, I could see you having actual churches in all these places that you're visiting.
I feel it, man. I really do.
Like in all of them, like.
Oh, I forgot the one quick thing because then I want you to share your thing. So, when we went to the village, she's like, "So these people are all Haitian in this first village."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, really?" She's like, "Yeah, they migrants, whatever." I was like, "Oh, okay. I don't care who they are. I'm going to feed whoever's hungry."
Right.
So, but she's like, "Yeah, these people over here, like the house, just kind of before you really get into the village, she's like, they practice voodoo," and I was like, "Which Haitian culture? That's a big thing."
Right.
So I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." She says a lot of people come to this village and never come back. And some of it's the witches, and the other thing they said is this church that supposedly helps them out here, that if anyone else comes in to help the people, the church will not help them anymore. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, that really, really made me mad.
Really?
So I was like, you know what? The time this is done, this village here that has nothing is going to look completely different. It's going to be, like, God's going to shine his light on this village so strong that other villages are going to look like, how did that happen to that village? And that church is really going to see what a real Christian and a person that believes in God's like. Because can you imagine? Oh, this church helps you. Oh, we're not helping you.
Right.
Or someone came to help you. We're out. We're not doing it.
Yeah, that's...
So when I said I have 99 problems and a witch ain't one, I said to my friends, I was like, listen, when we go back, we're going to the witch's house. I was like, I'm not scared of nothing.
Right.
I mean, how many Bible verses do I need to get you to tell you that the devil's already been defeated, and you can play your little witchy games. I don't care.
Right.
Because I promise you, the time this is over, you either won't be a witch anymore, or you won't live there.
Right.
And it won't be like years from now. It'll be within the next 6 months.
Right.
I guarantee it. And there's a church that's there. It's like a shacky church, but it's a church.
Right.
And I was like, what are they saying? Because it's like, oh, the loudspeaker, it's loud. This lady never once came down to us for food. It's very strange. I'm like, I feel like this church isn't really a church. I feel like it's kind of like in between. Sure, a little church. I think a lot of devil. And I was like, and we're going to visit the church next time too. And I'm going to go in the church.
Right.
And I'm going to pray. And I'm going to play my music. And I'm going to cast out anything that's in here that shouldn't be. And I'm like, you're going to see God rock this area.
Right.
And I'm like, why? Because the Bible says I can. And the Bible says this is how it is. Right. So, but I want to share that because I said the witch thing. So I wanted to mention that. And yeah. All right. So let's talk about, what you're going to talk about.
So that's a lot of so much stuff that, yeah, you just hit me with. That's amazing. Like, holy moly, what a week.
Amazing.
So I haven't come up with a name yet, but the mentoring, life coaching, Christian disciple, it's all kind of rolled into one thing. I do have this week I've worked on it quite a bit. So right now what I'm working on is actually putting together a brochure that has the welcoming message, the structure of the group. I've got that down. So what I'm thinking is basically I think it's going to be a 2-hour thing.
Yep.
Maybe first, second, third, whatever, one Sunday a month.
Yep.
And the first hour will be scripture study and discussion. Just because the main principle here is Christianity. Mm-hmm. And then the second hour will be where we're doing goal setting and sharing our wins, and an hour of just mentoring and coaching. Mm-hmm. So that's the idea behind it. I'd like to actually start many of these groups.
Right.
And how to do that is one this Sunday, one that Sunday. So I want to keep it 10 at first. Mm-hmm. You don't want too big because then it's hard to manage. If you're doing the hour session, it's hard to get through everybody if you're over that number.
Right.
That's just my experience doing these things. But eventually, I would like to have multiple ones on multiple Sundays. So if I had one every Sunday, that's 40. Mm-hmm. Right? But we'll start with one for now.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read? Do I have time?
You got some time, man. You
Okay.
got 8 minutes.
So I'm going to read the welcome message that's going to be on the front of the brochure. See how this aligns. So, welcome to our community of strong Christian men and warriors of Christ, dedicated to learning families and uplifting communities. This group is for men who want to be strong in their faith and personal lives, with focus on personal self-growth along with spiritual development, empowering each other to become our best selves through Christ. Then it just goes on to talk about the first 90 days. We won't have any charge for it, just to make sure that we're actually making a difference. And then a portion of all the money that we bring together in this group will go to future group projects and activities and charities like the Tim Beard Ministry. I'd like to donate a big chunk to that. So that's the kind of the basis of it so far.
Mm-hmm.
There will be an enrollment questionnaire. They'll sit down and interview because we want the right people.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we can't just bring anybody in.
Right.
I mean, everyone's welcome.
Yes.
But you have to make sure you're going to be dedicated to this, dedicated to each other.
Right.
Right. And then, because I'm looking for people who are going to take this on and grow their own based off of what we're doing here. So.
Yeah, and I would say anyone out there that's interested in this, if you want to have an idea, kind of more what we're talking about, go watch the movie The Forge.
Yes, very
amazing, powerful movie, and that group that's in there, it's very similar to what you're talking about. So,
yeah. So there will be a mission statement. I'm working on that right now. I have it pretty much done, but I don't want to go through just read all the stuff.
Yeah, no, you're good.
But so it's basically a men's mentoring, because we are in a time where, and I think it's been this way throughout all of time, where men are attacked by Satan because if we have too many strong men, nations attack them. That's always men that go off to the wars and fight. You know what I mean? And we need men in our communities that will lead their families, lead our communities, and do big things. And I just think if we, as a group, we could just be super powerful.
Absolutely. I mean, look at it. They've taken away the masculinity out of men.
Yes.
Like, how many feminine men do you have now?
Right.
And it's like this accepted thing. And now if you're a masculine man, it's like it's looked upon negatively. And, what's the saying about weak men produce bad times?
Yes. And strong men create soft times. So soft men create,
It's a
hard
cycle.
Times. Yes.
So the hard times create the strong men.
Right.
But then as you get out of that hard time and get into an easy time, that's when you get the weak men in, and then it's a downfall.
Right.
And now there's suffering because there's no strong men anymore.
Right.
And then it's a cycle, which, I mean, you see it all through history.
Right.
With every civilization, that's what happens. We're very similar to the Roman Empire. And how it fell was, they had lots of circuses for people. They just entertain the people and they won't revolt.
Right.
It's kind of like how it is now.
Kind of keep them divided in their own little things.
100%.
Yes.
Make weak men, do all these things.
Yes.
Recruit
all the boys and men as slaves per se.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how that's what God did when he went throughout history. So when he appointed Abraham, he didn't ask Sarah if it was okay.
No.
He just said, hey, you do this. You're the strong man. You're the leader.
Correct.
And then he obeyed and was the leader of nations, right?
Exactly.
Same thing with Adam. Like when he came into the garden and couldn't find him, he called on Adam. He didn't call on Eve.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And that's what we just need strong men.
Right.
That will stand up, lead their family, lead our community.
Yeah, and once that went away in this country, you see how the country went. Now, sure, there's things you can look back at periods of time when we had strong men. Yeah, were there issues? Absolutely. There's things that aren't acceptable in society.
Right.
It's not what we're looking for.
And when I say strong men, I don't mean men who can't be compassionate, because strong men are absolutely compassionate.
That's what makes a strong man.
Yeah, I agree.
You got to know when to fight and when not to.
Right.
When to stand up, when not to. Those things.
Right. You have it in you, but you contain it.
But if you're passive constantly,
that's the thing.
You're not a strong man.
Right.
And it doesn't work out well.
Yes. You should be if a strong Christian man should be making the decisions in every aspect of his life, and his family and community, by doing that, will naturally follow. 100%. But he has to be making smart And that's where we come in with the mentoring stuff. We'll teach you how to set goals, teach you how to accomplish these things, because we've done a few things in our life.
Yeah.
And then you will take those skills and teach them to other people.
Yes.
So that's the whole vision.
I like it.
Yeah. I got some interviews coming up soon. So I don't have an exact launch date yet, because this is a lot.
It'll be soon. It'll be soon, though, because I like to push Ken.
Yes. I mean, putting all this together was quite a challenge. So I didn't go through everything on here, but this is all the stuff that I've got.
Ken's a planner. Ken doesn't just jump in anything not prepared. Ken's always prepared.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That's very good.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
It's true.
So it's important.
It's going to be good. You're really, I mean, Ken is amazing at this stuff anyways. So, no, we're super excited. We just want to talk more about it today because it's going to launch soon.
Some of the guys that are interested in this are already superstars. They're already leaders.
Yep.
You know, and like they just don't know how to take the next step because they're young.
Yes.
Right?
It's good.
And I'll never call them boys or kids.
No.
They're like 25, 26.
Dude, Melanie and Ari are 22 years old. I'm like, I got kids your age. Now I'm starting to feel really old.
Right. But yeah, that. So I've learned that along the way because I didn't like it when I was their age either.
Absolutely.
But these guys, they just need the wisdom.
It is. It's just that. And then you're not taught most of these things.
Right.
You're certainly not taught these things in school.
Exactly.
And if you don't have successful parents, successful with businesses or anything like that, they don't have the foundation to even provide to you.
Exactly.
Back to you, no, I love it. When you talked about this originally, I was like, this is good, man.
I just think it's going to be great for our area in general. And I could see it getting pretty good. It's just we got to make sure I have to make sure I'm bringing the right things to the discussion to keep these guys engaged and empowered, and I think they'll see a difference. Yeah. Like, I'm a big believer I can take anybody in 5 years, and if they just follow my advice, I could change their life. Huge believer in that.
100%.
It's just a matter of...
And when we throw the God aspect in, like, put God first, and I'm telling you.
Well, you can't do it without God, in my opinion, now.
100%.
Like, to me, that's the most important part of all this. Like, you got to understand your faith, understand your role. I've watched some sermons, man. Probably.
You can do a lot of things and be like, I don't need God, but it always fails in the end.
It does. Yeah.
But if you do it with God, it won't fail.
Exactly.
Amen. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We've missed you guys. And we're going to talk to you on Wednesday.
See ya.
God bless.
Come on! Restored the People of God are gathered here, a feast of joy, a holy sound. The glory of God is all around. The sick are healed, the captives freed, the blood still answers every need. Since Solomon